Hello, beautiful souls. It's Emily with Twins in Union. I hope that you are all doing well. This has been quite a turbulent eclipse season for me so far. So I just want to start by apologizing that it has been so long since I posted. I have just needed to go into hermit mode and do a lot of reflection and healing and awakening, and it's just a reflection of all of this energy that we're in right now. So this is probably like the third or fourth time that I've tried to record, and I just start to want to cry, and it's just been a very emotional new moon in Cancer for me. A lot of shifting, a lot of awakening, a lot of healing, and it's all been very beautiful, but at the same time, I just have not had the energy to be able to do a video, and now here I start to go again. But okay, so yeah, I wanted to get out a quick reading here, just so we can get a look at some of the energies going on. And I wanted to do kind of an in-depth energy report, but I just feel like I really need to stay focused, because the more I start to talk about the energies, I think the more it's gonna make me want to start to cry. So anyway, I hope and I pray that you are all doing well, and that you have been riding these waves okay, and yeah, it's just be gentle with yourself. It's okay to take time for yourself. It's okay to go into hermit mode if you need to. We are doing a lot of clearing and a lot of healing, and you know, Cancer is a water sign, which is emotion. So if you are a Cancer, if you have a lot of water in your chart, you're probably feeling this. I have a Pisces moon, so I'm just feeling a lot of emotions with this watery energy. But yeah, so it's all good though. It's all good. So we had that new moon in Cancer with a partial solar eclipse, and now we are moving into a full moon in Aquarius. I believe that's on the 27th, and that is going to be a total lunar eclipse, and that is also going to be the most potent, most powerful eclipse of the century, so I have heard. So I will talk more about that in my next video. I really do hope to get a video up for that full moon in Aquarius. And so we are in a gateway right now between this new moon and this full moon. And so this gateway period is a lot of balancing energies, and I'm seeing that coming through in the cards that I have here. So so yeah, we're just doing a lot of balancing energetically right now. Eclipses are all about eclipsing things out and creating space for new to come in. So I know for me that Cancer moon really has been clearing a lot out, and I'm excited to see what comes in. So so yeah, like I said, just be gentle with yourself, be patient with yourself as we are riding these waves that can feel turbulent and intense at times. So, and yesterday was the 717 gateway, which is this in-between time that we are in this eclipse season, and it's also a time when the veil can be very thin, so this is a good time to really clear, ground, and protect your energy, and it's also a really good time to receive downloads and insights and intuitive information, channeled information. So if anything is coming to you, pay attention to that. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it at that for a quick little energy report, and I will turn the camera towards the cards, and we can take a look at some of these energies going on right now. And hopefully this will give you more clarity in your connection and what you're experiencing, and just a broader perspective of how to navigate some of these energies. So, okay, I'm going to turn the camera towards the cards and we can dive into the messages. Okay, let's see here. So I've got a lot of cards here. Let's see. There, push it that way a little bit. So what I did, this is a little bit of a different setup compared to my usual spread. I decided not to pull clarifying cards for this spread because so many cards were coming out for the Divine Masculine, and I just felt like the messages were pretty clear. So really quick, as far as the decks that I am using, I have the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor for the main cards in the spread. And then, let's see, I'm also using a couple of cards from the Power of Surrender deck, and that is by Judith Orloff. And then I have a couple of romance messages for us from the Whispers of Love. And then at the very end, I'm going to wrap up with an oracle card from the Wisdom of the Golden Path, and that is by Tony Carmine Salerno. So that covers the decks that I am using. And let's see, I will start with the Divine Masculine. I have the Divine Masculine energies over here on this side, Divine Feminine energies on this side, and the Union energies in the center here. And these are the romance messages. So, so I'm going to start with the Divine Masculine, and I asked Spirit, what is the overall current energy or the present position that the Divine Masculine is in right now? And two cards came out. We have Rest and Rejuvenation and the Thinking Man. So what I'm getting with the Rest and Rejuvenation and the Thinking Man together is that during this eclipse gateway period between this Cancer new moon and the Aquarius full moon, the Divine Masculine is in a state of deep contemplation. He's really taking time to slow down, go within, reflect, and really integrate a lot of the shifting and the energies that have been taking place right now. Really taking time to receive those downloads, receive those insights, receive channeled messages, divine guidance, and really process all of that, all of these changes and shifts and turbulent energy that's happening with this Cancer energy and these eclipse energies. So yeah, just really slowing down. And I also feel like this is part of the Mars retrograde, which is going on. I think it started at the end of June and will be continuing through the end of August. So this is supporting the Divine Masculine and really being able to slow down and take this time for rejuvenating his spirit and really reflecting on things and just really going deep within his masculine energy and receiving and integrating these energies. And he's also in this state of deep contemplation, and I feel like this is some of that Aquarius energy coming in with the upcoming full moon, where he's really connecting with his higher self, he's really connecting with his higher mind, he's really going into that energy of the high priest and really looking at things from the higher perspective and from a place of wisdom. And you know, look at how he is holding this crystal here and he's just really looking at it carefully and intently, and he's really wanting to get clarity. He's really wanting to be able to see truth, to see clarity, to see things from that higher perspective and from a place of spiritual knowledge and spiritual wisdom, and just a really a perspective that comes with life experience and with being an old soul, and with being really grounded in who he is and where he's at right now, and contemplating his next steps. Really wanting to get clarity around the connection. And the other thing that I just am noticing here with the numerology is we have 19 here on the rest and rejuvenation card, which when we add the 1 and the 9, that adds up to a 10. And then we have the number 46 here on the thinking man. And when we add the 4 and the 6, we also get a 10. So the divine masculine is in a state of completion, where he is wrapping up a huge cycle of ascension, and he has done a lot of the hard work of breaking down that old template of the divine masculine and going through this journey of the dark night of the soul, of learning more about who he is, learning more about life in general, and starting to see things from a more spiritual perspective. And so it's like he's just completing this huge cycle in his ascension, and this is all going to lead to a new beginning. When we break down the 1 and the 0 and the 10, we have a number 1. So it's like he's in this conversion point right now, as he's in this deep contemplation and thought and getting perspective on everything, where he knows that a cycle is coming to completion, and he's sensing that and he's feeling that, and he's just really going deep within and looking at things, getting clarity on things for how to move into a new beginning. With the number 19, the number 1, I feel in this card is representing a new beginning, and also the divine masculine standing firmly in the truth of who he is as an individual. And with the number 9, I feel like he is taking time in this state of rest and rejuvenation to really rebuild his strength. This journey, it's just, it takes a warrior spirit. It takes a lot of strength. And it's like approaching that finish line where, gathering all of your strength and resources and processing this journey that he's been on in order to be able to move forward. And with the 46, 4 is a number about creating structure and stability and grounding, and 6 is a number of harmonizing and balancing. So I feel like through this time that he's taking for contemplation and connecting with his intuition, his higher mind, his higher self, this deeper wisdom, that he is wanting to create more balance and stability and really ground things in a way that is going to have a solid foundation and a solid structure to it. So just really deep, going deep here. And I also just really am getting the sense that since we are in this gateway energy and we are doing a lot of balancing right now, that these energies that are showing up here for the divine masculine and the divine feminine, you could be a divine feminine and really be identifying with some of these masculine energies, Or you could be a masculine and you could be identifying with some of the feminine energies, just because I feel like we are balancing so much of our feminine and masculine energies right now. I know for me, I have been really tired, and if you do find yourself feeling tired and fatigued during this eclipse season, that is very normal and one of the big ascension symptoms that can come from eclipse season. So really give yourself that time to rest. If you have the luxury to be able to take a nap, then take a nap. Or go to bed a little bit earlier and sleep in a little bit later. Whatever you need to do to really give yourself that time and space to be well rested is really important, because we are processing so much shifting, and the energy is very dynamic right now. And I know my guides have just really, they gave me a sprained ankle or a strained muscle in my leg. I don't know for sure what it is, but I've had to just really rest and prop my leg up, and my foot was all swollen over the weekend. So if things are happening where the universe is like, slow down, pay attention to that. And it's part of this energy that's coming up here. And again, it's, even though I'm a feminine, I'm really feeling a lot of this masculine energy for myself right now. So I just felt guided to mention that. Okay, so what is the divine masculine feeling in his heart during this time of this gateway energy between the new moon and the full moon? And so 3 cards came out, so I'll start with the one that was on top. So we have contract. So what I'm sensing here is that this is part of this balancing energy that I've been mentioning, and also part of this completion energy. He's really feeling in his heart that there is some kind of a balancing and a completion taking place right now. And this could mean a lot of different things depending on the different situations that everyone is in. So this could mean that he's really feeling a sense of completion around a karmic connection, or a soul contract that he might have with someone else, where he has needed that particular person in his life to help him clear aspects of the divine masculine template, and now he's feeling that that is cleared and complete. Like there's just this sense in his, he can feel it in his heart of these contracts of these other experiences and people and situations are closing out, are clearing out. There is a sense of balancing and completion taking place there. And we see these scales here. And so I also feel like he's emotionally, like in his emotional body, starting to feel a balancing in his connection with his divine feminine. And really being able to see her as an equal, and that it's just this beautiful energy of harmony and balance and equality coming into his heart, surrounding his connection with his divine feminine, as these other karmic completions or ascension cycles or situations are closing and clearing and completing. Then things are balancing more in his awareness of his connection with his divine feminine. And the second card that came up, which is my least favorite card in this deck, is deceit. So I'm not getting any kind of like bad juju energy around this card. What I'm really sensing is that what the divine masculine is feeling is this, it's like this hesitation in his heart of being able to fully move forward and fully reveal his truth. I feel like he wants to be able to do that, but there are still blocks or obstacles that are standing in the way of that. And we see this man, and he's like kind of hiding behind this curtain here, and he's like holding on tightly to these coins and this little treasure chest here. So I feel like the divine masculine is still guarded in his heart right now. He wants to be able to come out from behind the curtain. He wants to be able to share the abundance that he has in his heart with his feminine, but he's just not quite there yet. But we have this next card here, and we have Archangel Chamuel with the third chakra. So what I'm getting here is this is Archangel Chamuel coming in and helping him with removing these obstacles. And this is the beauty of what Archangel Chamuel is here to assist us with in our connections. And he is an archangel that shows up for us when there are obstacles that need to be cleared, and he helps clear the path to divine love. And so what I'm really getting when we look at all of these cards together is that the divine masculine in his heart, he knows that he does have a soul contract with his feminine. He does have a divine soul mission here, and he's sensing that and he's feeling that as these other cycles come into completion and this balancing starts to take place. So he's just still trying to get discernment in his heart about, is it safe to move forward? Is it safe? Will I get hurt? Will I be abandoned? Will I be deceived? And ultimately, he's deceiving himself, because the divine feminine is going to stand by his side. The divine feminine is not going to deceive him. But this is just him trying to get discernment within himself. And this is part of the path. This is a 25. It adds up to a 7. July is a number 7 month. And 7 is a number about moving forward, pushing through the obstacles out of faith and strength in your spiritual path. So Archangel Chamuel is here to really help clear these obstacles, help him tap into his personal power, help him be able to take action and move beyond that curtain, open up and share and, express what is in his heart. Third chakra is the solar plexus. That is where the personal power is. That is where our self-esteem and our confidence is. So I feel like the divine masculine is just moving through these obstacles, pushing forward, and really wanting to tap into this solar plexus energy. And we are getting ready to move into the sign of Leo with the sun in Leo. And Leo is all about the third chakra. So I feel like the upcoming Leo energy and the Lion's Gate and the strength and the power of the sun right now is really going to assist the divine masculine in being able to push through this and move forward. And with this third chakra Archangel Chamuel card, this is a 37, which also adds up to a 10. So we have another 10. So we've had 3 10s here. So there's just really this beautiful completion and conversion point taking place for the divine masculine in being able to wrap up all of this cycle and this completion in order to be able to move forward. So he has all this beautiful angelic support giving him strength right now, and I just think that that's beautiful to see. So things are balancing, things are harmonizing. He's pushing through on this spiritual path and getting the strength to tap into his personal power, to take action, to move forward. Okay, so then I asked Spirit, what is the personal healing and transformation taking place for the divine masculine in this eclipse gateway that we're in right now? And the card that came up is anxiety. It's number 18 here. And so what happened when I was shuffling is this card flopped out, and then a grouping of other cards flopped out right after it. So I feel like this anxiety energy is the overall encompassing transformation, healing energy that is happening for the divine masculine right now. And I feel like this is really reflective of that energy that we saw in his heart space of just being anxious about moving beyond his comfort zone, moving beyond that curtain. Is it safe to really fully open up and be vulnerable and express myself and share? And so this is part of what's being eclipsed out so that the new can come in. This anxiety is being cleared, and we see this woman, and she's in this fancy red dress, and she has tears and sadness and uncertainty. And if you look closely through the windows here, there is a storm taking place and there's lightning. And whenever I see lightning, I feel like it's that tower energy, and we still are in, for the next 7 years, this transit of Uranus and Taurus. So I just feel like this is some of that energy coming through, where these big shifts and dynamic changes taking place throughout eclipse season are helping to bring up and clear out this anxiety energy. And this is a 1 and an 8 here with the 18, so it's a number 9. So another number that is moving into that place of completing a cycle. And with a number 1, I feel like that is that new beginning, and being able to clear out this anxiety so that he can stand in the truth of who he is and what his heart desires and the truth of his soul, and to really honor that from a place that's really solid and really grounded and not in this kind of nervous, anxious energy anymore. And with the number 8, 8 can be associated with feeling really sensitive. So if you are a divine masculine and you're feeling really sensitive and anxious, just know that this eclipse energy is going to help push that out, clear that out. So allow it to come up, to be released. And so this other grouping of cards that came up with this is kind of telling a story that I feel like is what is more of behind anxiety here. So there were 4 different cards that came up, and so I'll kind of group them together. We have woman holding a coin and strategy. So I feel like part of the anxiety that's coming up for him is around the divine feminine and getting a game plan and a strategy in place for how to navigate this connection, how to approach the divine feminine, how to communicate with her, how to make things happen, and just feeling kind of anxious because it's just like, I'm not sure how to do this, and wanting to have a game plan, wanting to have a strategy, but still needing to move forward and clear obstacles, because with these next 2 cards, we have hostilities and happy family. So with this hostilities, I feel like this is just the masculine being on this path and needing to clear out the obstacles with this sword of truth. You can see the determination in his eyes and his face, where it's just like, nothing's going to stop me now. Just like that song, nothing's going to stop us now. So he's on the spiritual path. There's these trees and limbs and obstacles that are in the way, and he's cutting them all away. And we have Archangel Shamuel here to help him in removing these obstacles and cutting through them and moving forward. And ultimately, his goal is the happy family. This is what his desire is. This is what he wants in his life, is this joy, this stability, this emotional fulfillment, this solid foundation, this family life with his beloved divine feminine. So, yeah, I just feel like this is narrating a story for us about what is underlying the anxiety and how this transformation and healing and eclipse energy is going to be impacting him over the next couple of months here. And then I asked Spirit for more insight into this personal healing and transformation, and asked what needs to be surrendered. What does the Divine Masculine need to surrender and let go of in order to overcome this anxiety and complete this healing and transformation? And so 2 cards came out. We have Surrender to Inner Peace and Surrender Your Fear of Intimacy. So let's see, the Surrender to Inner Peace says, cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So when I read that, then I think back to that rest and rejuvenation card, and why that rest and rejuvenation is so important, because it is taking that time every day. If you have a meditation practice, or you like to go for nature walks, or there's just some quiet space that makes you feel calm and at peace that you can go to for rest and reflection, somewhere that's just like a respite for your soul, really take advantage of that and allow yourself to just surrender to inner peace. It's so easy in our day-to-day life to just get caught up in side dramas, or other people needing us, or things that are going on, and taking care of others and being that light worker. And we have to remember, especially during these turbulent energies, that it's okay for us to cultivate this inner peace within, and that's really important to maintain that balance and to help us in this healing and transformation. And so with the other card, we have Surrender Your Fear of Intimacy. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. And so when I read that, then I immediately see this Deceit card coming up in my mind again, where it's just saying, Divine Masculine, it is okay for you to open your heart. Your Divine Feminine loves you so much. Don't let that ego tell you otherwise. Don't let this character in your mind, this sinister character, crop up in your mind and tell you it's not safe to open up your heart and let this love in. You are worthy, and that's part of what Archangel Chamuel wants to help you with too, is you are so worthy. You are a beautiful soul, and you deserve beautiful divine love, and your Divine Feminine is so ready to give that to you. So keep working with that. It's safe. And I know it's difficult if you have been hurt in the past and you've been through really crappy relationships that left you feeling rejected and abandoned and broke your heart. And just trust. Move forward in faith and trust. Unconditional trust that your feminine really loves you, and she just really wants to be able to share that love that she has for you if you can open your heart and let her in and experience it. It is safe. So surrender to this beautiful divine love. Look at this couple. They're just in this beautiful state of radiant divine love flowing between them, and they have their third eyes connected here on their forehead. Sharing this vision, sharing this beautiful outlook on divine love together. So let go of any patterns that are holding you back from that. You are worthy. Okay, Divine Feminine. So what is the overall present position and current energy for the Divine Feminine at this time? And we have the Action card. So I'm getting a lot of different messages with this card. The first message I'm sensing from this is part of the Divine Feminine wanting to see movement in the connection. Wanting to see movement in the connection with her Divine Masculine. She's wanting to see action. She's wanting to see things move forward powerfully. She's like ready to go for it. And This also could be the divine feminine working on balance within her own life, balancing taking action to help others and taking action to do her spiritual work, to help clear obstacles in her connection and blocks in her connection, taking action in her mission, taking action in her self-care, whatever area of her life she's feeling compelled to really move forward and take action in. I'm also seeing some divine feminines literally moving towards their divine masculine, maybe traveling to go see their divine masculine, maybe reaching out and communicating to their divine masculine. And just balancing her inner masculine and feminine energies within herself. And if you look closely, there's a little bird up here in the sky with light shining down, and so I really feel like this is the divine feminine also working to see from the higher perspective in her connection, and see things from that perspective of higher truth, higher wisdom, higher knowledge that is not from the ego or the 3D matrix perspective, but this place of spiritual wisdom and understanding. And this is a number 17, and like I said yesterday, we had the 717 gateway. So I feel like that's some of that energy coming through here with this card, and we add the 1 and the 7, and we get a number 8, and 8 is a number of forward movement, of acceleration, of success, of victory. And with the 1, it's wanting that new beginning, wanting to move forward into that new beginning. And with the number 7, it's that spiritual path that she's on, moving forward in faith and trust, surrounded by all of this green energy, this healing energy, this heart energy. So really beautiful current energy there for the divine feminine. And what is the divine feminine feeling in her heart? And we have woman holding a heart. So I feel like this is the divine feminine really holding space for her divine masculine, really experiencing heart expansion, feeling all of his love and appreciation, and really opening up her heart to him, really preparing her heart for receiving him, really sending him love and compassion and understanding. And this is a 44, which is a number of the angels. So again, I just feel angelic support surrounding us and our connections right now. And here we have another 8. So we had the action card there that was 17 adding up to 8. And now we have a 44 here adding up to another 8. So a lot of victory, success, abundance, moving forward powerfully in her life. And with the 2 4s, 4 is also that number of structure, balance, grounding. So really balancing all of these emotions in her heart chakra. Excuse me, balancing all of these emotions in her emotional body. So speaking for myself, like I was saying, this has been a very emotionally intense time for me. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, like look at how big this heart is compared to the size of her head. It's like 3 times the size of her head. So you could be feeling really overwhelmed by strong emotions right now. So allow it to move through you, and just get out the Kleenex if you need to. Take that time to really feel. When we feel, we heal, right? So, and she also has this butterfly here on her hat, her headdress that she's wearing. So that's that symbol of transformation. So I feel that there is a lot of change and transformation moving through the Divine Feminine's heart right now. So really beautiful energy there. And what is the overall healing and transformation taking place for the Divine Feminine during this eclipse gateway? And we have the Angel of Balance. So like I said, I feel like it's like the new moon ushers in all of this energy to stir things up and bring up what needs to be cleared. And then the gateway period is where we are like recalibrating, readjusting, rebalancing, getting reoriented. It's like hitting the reset button, or when you're using your navigation system going somewhere and it says, is it recalibrating? So it's just in that place where things are processing, things are recalibrating, things are integrating, and we are regaining a sense of balance with the new energies that are coming in. And I'm noticing the pyramids in the back. So this is that spiritual balance and mental balance, physical balance, emotional balance that we are working on here. And when you look at that angel's face, she's so calm and so serene. So I feel like this is also part of the energy. Even though things might be turbulent right now, we are moving into a place that is going to bring more balance and serenity for us. And we have a 4 and an 8. So all of the cards for the Divine Feminine include a 4 and an 8 here. So balance, structure, grounding, stability, and moving forward into success and victory and abundance. So that's so beautiful to see that. And so I also asked Spirit for clarification around this personal healing and transformation and balance taking place for the Divine Feminine with these surrender cards. And we had 3 cards come up. So the first one is, so this is basically, I asked Spirit, what does the Divine Feminine need to surrender in order to achieve this transformation of balance? And so the first one we have is surrender to setting limits. And it says, it is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. So I feel like this is in general for the Divine Feminine in various aspects of her life, including her connection with her Divine Masculine, is getting clarity about what are her boundaries, what works for her, what doesn't work for her, what is okay with her, what is not okay with her, where does she need to draw a line. And this isn't about putting up big walls and barriers and shutting people out. It's about being in that really serene, calm, balanced energy and stating your authentic truth in a way that is from loving and compassion. And, you know, I'd really love to do that for you. And right now I need to take some time for rest. So once I'm rested up, I'll get back with you on that. You know, just setting those guidelines in place in her life that allow her to be balanced, to be strong, to be confident, to be honoring her own well-being and just being authentic in her truth, in her relationships. And it is really challenging when we are light workers and we are empaths, because we do care so much and we do have big hearts and we do want to help other people. But at the same time, we have to remember our self-care and how important and essential that is for us. So So the next one says, surrender to your full power. And I feel like this ties in with the one about setting those boundaries. It says, your life is calling for you to step in to your full power rather than playing it small. So it's just taking that time to acknowledge your truth and acknowledge your power and own your power, and to be able to really put that into practice. Okay, and then the next card says, surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. And so I feel like that just all ties in together of setting those clear boundaries, owning your power, and also being open to receiving. That is what the feminine energy is all about. And I'm noticing the time, and I have an appointment to go to, so I'm just going to breeze through these last few cards really quick here. So for the Divine Feminine, what is her romance message for her masculine? And we have the heart of the matter. It says, there is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. So I feel like this is the Divine Feminine saying to her masculine, look, see from the bigger picture. There is so much more going on here than meets the eye, and please trust, please have faith. Please see from that higher perspective, and just know that this is a really powerful connection. This is a spiritual journey, and that there is so much more going on here. And this is a 22, so that is the number of the divine union, the divine partnership. I think I just realized that I forgot to do the card for the union, so I'll do that next. I just have to go to the dentist, so I need to be leaving soon. So let's see. The next card is the romance message for the divine masculine to his feminine, and it says, be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. So I feel like this ties in with that, the surrender advice that came up, where it's just like the divine masculine wants the divine feminine to say, yes, this works for me, no, that doesn't work for me, or I need this, express your needs, or whatever it is. Just be open and real and true to who you are, and that's what he's attracted to. Okay, so for the union energy, we have man holding a heart. And so what I was getting with this was, this is the divine masculine and the divine feminine. This is the union. So it's like this masculine energy within both of us that is holding this love of this connection. And this is also, we have this underlying energy here of the world. So this world is about expansion. So I just really get this feeling of heart expansion taking place within the connection, and both twins really being able to open up to their truth and authenticity with each other. And this is a 45, which adds up to a 9. So again, another number of moving into a state of completion. I'm also really picking up on the energy of September here and like these fall kind of looking leaves. So I feel like that is energy that is leading up to the close of the eclipse season here. Okay, so let's wrap up with a final words of wisdom from Spirit. And so I asked for a card for overall advice and guidance for our unions, for our connections here with our twins. And the card that came up is Rose Petals. So I'm going to read what it says from the book. It says, the path is beginning to clear and all obstacles will soon vanish. Your time of waiting is over and you move forward with confidence and renewed clarity. The blocks and challenges that you have faced in recent months were essential to your ultimate success. Sometimes it's best to wait, and sometimes the universe acts on your behalf. For just as nature has her seasons, we too have our seasons. We must respect life's ebb and flow. There is a time to move and a time to be still. Now is your time. Your dreams come to fruition, and it feels like rose petals fall down from heaven. Enjoy the journey. So I think that is the most perfect card to go with this reading, where it is just all about wrapping up these chapters from our past, doing all that hard work that we've been doing and moving into a new beginning, moving forward, moving into a place of success and abundance, and really being able to honor all of these cycles and all of these seasons that we go through in this journey. So I think that's just a lovely message from Spirit. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Sorry I kind of had to breeze through the end there, but I wanted to at least get an energy update out for you guys, and I hope that this was helpful and gave you some clarity and guidance. Again, just be very gentle with yourselves right now. If you would like a personal reading to get more insight into what's happening in your personal connection, I would be honored to support you with that, and I will leave links below. Or you can also visit twinsinunion.com. I have all my readings laid out on there. So take good care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. All right, bye-bye.